Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to do something a little special today. Somebody in the comments section of my 900 subscriber thank you video came up with, kind of gave me this idea. It was kind of an idea I had thought of, but I hadn't, done the research for it or anything. And it's kind of a career video of the late great Borje Salming, and there was a lot here. There was definitely a lot here, and pretty cool reading up on it. But before I get into that, I want to welcome you all. If you're new to the channel, hopefully you enjoy the content. If you do, it'd be awesome if you were to hit the like and subscribe button. And of course, if you've been here before, but you haven't quite gotten around to, whether or not you wanna do the commitment, and hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do it. Might make your day feel a little better if you're feeling down or something, and one of my videos pops up in your news feed, and if you get a kick out of it, hey, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That would be absolutely fantastic. And I greatly appreciate all of you for that. And so, the career of Borje Salming, I mean, he basically was the pioneer for the Swedish hockey players in coming into the National Hockey League. He was he was I think the fourth overall to come in, but he was the one that really made a name for himself and got everybody talking, that, hey, the Swedes can come over and play the North American style. Now, mind you, I do not have a Borje Salming jersey, but this is the jersey he wore, so I'm like, I gotta wear it. This is my Doug Gilmour jersey. It's not a Borje Salming one, but I'm pretty sure if I wanted to get a Borje Salming jersey, I could probably find one through Custom Throwback. But yeah, Borje Salming, heck of a career. He was born April 17th, 1951 in Salmi, Jukkasjärvi. I think I'm completely butchering that. Let me know in the comments section if I'm totally butchering that. I think it's Jukkasjärvi, Sweden. Interesting names they got. But his childhood wasn't exactly the greatest. He suffered some tragedy when he was 5 years old. His father died in a mining accident, and it was. Obviously that's kind of crappy, but he grew up, he persevered, he followed in his brother's footsteps, and got into hockey. And he started his playing career for Kiruna AIF, and that was the level 2 Swedish league, which I think now would be called, because you got the Swedish Hockey League, that's tier 1. I'm blanking what tier 2 is, but again, let me know in the comment section if you guys remember. Total brain fart right off the, I'm like, it was there and then all of a sudden it's gone. But he played his first 3 years for Kiruna, before, in 1970, moving up to the SEL, which it was called then, the Swedish Elite League, Tier 1, which is now the SHL, Swedish Hockey League, and he started playing for Brynäs in 1970. He played for them till 1973, where he won a couple of league titles. They won a couple of league titles, I believe, in 71 and 72. And in 1973, May 12th, 1973, after after a recommendation from Jerry McNamara, who was the Toronto Maple Leafs scout at the time. He signed with Toronto because Jerry McNamara, the scout, went back to the Maple Leafs and said, "You got to look at this kid. This kid is something." And and the weird thing is, Toronto, Salming was not the guy they initially were looking at, but they went with him because of what the scout said. The scout said, "This kid's going to be something. This kid is really good." So he signs May 12th, 1973 as a free agent to play for the Toronto Maple Leafs, where then he spent 16 years playing for that organization. And he had a fantastic career. He had a great career with Toronto. There was one kind of an ugly incident of he literally got his face sliced by the skate blade of Gerard Gallant, and he required over 200 plus stitches. It was just, I've seen the picture of it, and it just, wow, I couldn't imagine that. But he played there for 16 years, and it's interesting, when he first came over, there were a lot of people in North America that didn't think the Swedes were tough enough to play the North American game. They're like, these guys, they're not going to be able to handle it. Borje Salming came in and proved, oh, yes, I can. So he played 16 years with Toronto. He ended his NHL career signing with Detroit in 1989. He played for the Red Wings in 1989-90, and then he went back home. He finished his playing career with AIK of the Swedish Elite League, better known as the SHL. And that's where he ended his playing career. He was inducted into the NHL Hall of Fame in 1996. He was inducted into the International Ice Hockey Federation Hall of Fame in 1998. He also was number 74 in the NHL's top 100 players of all time. Pretty good. Pretty darn good. And, he was that good. And unfortunately, in July of 2022, he was diagnosed with ALS, which is better known as Lou Gehrig's disease. And it came on and it hit him rapidly. He started noticing something was wrong when he was playing an alumni game in February of this past February of this year. And all of a sudden, he started getting like involuntary twitches in his muscles, and it forced him to leave this alumni game early. Well, then in July, he's diagnosed with it, and unfortunately, it rapidly, it just rapidly took over him, and it got to the point where he lost his ability to speak, and he had to be fed with feeding tubes, which is just that I can't imagine how that. I can't imagine that. It's just that's it's horrible. I mean, I can't imagine that. But even with that, even going through all that, his diagnosis, he came back. The Leafs brought him back over the Hall of Fame, the Hall of Fame weekend. When they did the inductions and all that, they brought him back, and they honored him in front of a raucous, 19,000 fans there at in Toronto, and his former teammate and really good friend Daryl Sittler, along with his family, helped him. I think Matt Sundin was there also. Helped him onto the ice, and he got a standing ovation. And just seeing the look on his face and the emotion come over him. I mean, it was something. I got emotional watching it. It was something else. It really was. And it's almost, and it's interesting too, because the Leafs, to honor him, their starting lineup was an all Swedish line in order to honor his career. So I thought that was pretty cool. He even came out, he got to do the puck drop with, obviously with help of Daryl Sittler standing there. And, I also saw a picture of, who was it? It was Borje sitting in his wheelchair with Lanny McDonald, Daryl Sittler, and I think it was Matt Sundin. I think I only caught a glimpse of it. I didn't really look at it that hard, but I saw Daryl Sittler and Lanny McDonald for sure. And it just, the emotion that he felt and the love that the Leafs fans gave to him. It was almost like he was like, all right, that was good. I think I can go now. Because it was just 1 week later, he passed away. November 24th, 2022, Borje Salming passes away at age 71. And his career was incredible. His international career, he started, of course, in 67, 68, playing for Sweden, playing for the international team. He played 5 games, only recorded 1 goal, had 4 penalty minutes. Then in 68-69, he played 5 games, didn't record a point, had 8 penalty minutes. But then when he starts playing for Brynäs, he has 14 in 1970-71. He has 14 games played, no goals, 5 assists, 5 points, 6 penalty minutes. 71-72, he plays 14 games. He gets 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points, and 20 penalty minutes. So he definitely wasn't afraid to take penalties. We'll notice that as he gets into his NHL career. And then, of course, he plays 4 games for Sweden, no points, 6 penalty minutes. Then in 72-73, he plays 14 games, records 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points, and 10 penalty minutes. Then he goes and he wraps up his international career playing for AIK. In 1990-91, he plays 36 games, 4 goals, 9 assists, 13 points, with 46 penalty minutes. 90. Gotta love the way I do these. Okay, 91-92. He plays 38 games. He records 6 goals, 14 assists, 20 points, and I gotta do this again. I seem to write some of my numbers. I kind of goof up here. This is a 9. He had 98 penalty minutes that year. So I mean, toward the end of his career, he definitely was. He was not afraid to throw down. He was not afraid to take penalties. Then playing for Sweden in 91-92, 8 games, 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points, 10 penalty minutes. And then his final career, his final year, he plays in 92-93, he plays 6 games, records 1 goal, no assists, just 1 point, and 10 penalty minutes. He concludes his international career. 174 games played, 31 goals, 51 assists, 82 points, 250 penalty minutes. That's his international career. Now his NHL career starts, of course, with Toronto. 1973-74, he plays 76 games, 5 goals, 34 assists, 39 points. He was a plus 38 that first year. 48 penalty minutes. The second year, in 74-75, 60 games, 12 goals, 25 assists, 37 points. He's only a plus 4 here. Still pretty good. Only 34 penalty minutes. Then in 75-76, he plays 78 games, 16 goals, 41 assists, 57 points, a plus 31. Really good. Really, really good. Now here's where his penalty minutes went up a bit. 70 penalty minutes. So he's showing that, hey, we Swedes can be tough. Then in 76-77, 78 games, 12 goals, 66 assists, 78 points, a plus 45. Just crazy. 46 penalty minutes. So, I mean, his plus minus was right there with his penalty minutes. Pretty good plus minus. So, plus 45? Yeah. Plus 45 in 76 games. Really good. 77-78, 80 games played. 16 goals, 60 assists, 76 points, a plus 30. Insane plus minus. 70 penalty minutes here. So, I mean, his penalty minutes went up that year. Then 78-79, 78 games played, 17 goals, 56 assists, 73 points, a plus 31. 76 penalty minutes. Then in 79-80, 74 games played, 19 goals, 52 assists, 71 points, a plus 3, with 154 penalty minutes. Or no, 94 penalty minutes. I'm a year off there. I love how sometimes I write this stuff a little close together. So here, that's a little better. There we go. So yeah, he had 94 penalty minutes in 79-80. 80-81, 72 games played, only 5 goals. So his goals dropped, but he still ended up with 61 assists for 66 points. He had a 0 plus minus. But here's where he ends up with 154 penalty minutes. Crazy. 81-82, 69 games played, 12 goals, 44 assists, 56 points, a plus 3. 170 penalty minutes, though. So, I mean, his penalty minutes, they steadily went up as his career, kind of got into the prime of his career. He definitely showed his toughness. Then in 82-83, 69 games, 7 goals, 38 assists, 45 points. Here's his first minus season, a minus 5 with 104 penalty minutes. So his plus minus drastically drops, but it's the next season where it even more drastically drops. In 83-84, he plays 68 games, 5 goals, 38 assists, 43 points, but a minus 32. Oof. 92 penalty minutes. So, definitely a big drop there. Then in 84-85, he plays 73 games, 6 goals, 33 assists, 39 points, a minus 23. 76 penalty minutes. Did I miss one here? No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I missed the penalty minutes. I missed penalty minutes in here somewhere. I think 83-84. I think I missed. No. And one of them years I missed the penalty minutes. I think it was 83, 84. But that might have been where he went from the -5 to the -32. But in 84, 85, 73 games, 6 goals, 33 assists, 39 points, a -23. So his plus minus got better a little bit. 76 penalty minutes. 85, 86. 85, 86. He plays only 41 games there. You know, he obviously gets hurt. He only plays 41 games, 7 goals, 15 assists, 22 points, a -6. So, you know, I mean, his plus minus got a little better as it dropped, and then it started getting a little better. And then 87, 88, or 86, 87, he plays 56 games, only scores 4 goals, 16 assists, 20 points, but he's a plus 17. So a big increase in his plus minus. 42 penalty minutes. 87, 88, he plays 66 games, 2 goals, 24 assists, 26 points, a plus 7 with 82 penalty minutes. 88, 89, his last year in Toronto, he plays 63 games, 3 goals, 17 assists, 20 points. He's a plus 7 with 86 penalty minutes. So then after 89, after the 88-89 season, he's a free agent again. He decides he's gonna sign a 1-year deal with Detroit. He ends his career, his NHL career, as a Detroit Red Wing. In 89-90, he only plays 49 games. He records 2 goals, 17 assists, 19 points, but he's a plus 20 and only 52 penalty minutes. So, you know, I mean, he had an incredible career. In total, he plays 1,148 games. He scores 150 goals, 637 assists, 787 points, and overall he's a plus 170. And his penalty minutes, 1,344 penalty minutes. Wow. His playoff totals, which this is international and NHL, 81 playoff games, 12 goals, 37 assists, 49 points, 91 penalty minutes. So this is a heck of a career, a really, really good career. And I thought it was amazing what Toronto did, how they honored him, and he deserved it. He deserves every bit of it. He deserved every bit of it. And again, to see the emotion on his face, you know, I mean, especially to find out that, you know, he passes away a week later, to see that they did that for him, and that basically, you know, is, you know, basically the culmination of his life, really, was standing up there on the ice in Toronto with Daryl Sittler, his family, Matt Sundin, to see him wave at everybody, and to see the emotion come over his face and drop the puck to an all-Swedish line. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Great career for Borje Salming. And, you know, 71 years old. You know, I mean, it's not that old. It's really not that old. But, you know, he lived a great life. He was a great hockey player. Deserved Hall of Famer. Loved how Toronto honored him. It was absolutely fantastic. And yeah, for the career of Borje Salming, thank you all very much. Thank you very much for what you did, especially for the Swedish players. Basically telling the Swedish players, you know, hey, you guys can come over and you guys can play this style. I can do it, so can you guys. So for that, rest in peace, Borje Salming. He had a fantastic career, and yeah, you know, just give a little salute to him. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. What do you guys think of the career of Borje Salming? And yeah, I mean, I'll put the description to the Discord in the description. And again, let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think of the overall career of Borje Salming? And I'd love to know what you guys think. And if you were new to this video, or you haven't, or you've been here before, but you guys haven't quite gotten around to it yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And again, thank you, Borje Salming. I'll see you guys later.